1, 2, 3.
Hi, welcome to lessonswithtroy.com. I'm Troy Brenningmeyer. Well, in this week's lesson, we're learning my arrangement of the classic song When the Saints Go Marching In. And we're using an alternating bass technique with the right hand, or what some people call Travis picking. And another new technique I'm going to show you too is to take that heel of your hand and just move it just in front of the bridge just a little bit, and you can dampen out some of those bass notes. So if you want to get that sound, or you don't want those bass notes ringing out so much, I'll show you how to kind of dampen those out with the right hand. So we got 3 pages of tablature. Looks like this. Go ahead and print it out and set it on a stand in front of you. And we'll get going here with When the Saints Go Marching In. We're in open G tuning, GBD tuning, and the song is in the key of G as well. Let's go ahead and get going. Okay, so let's go ahead and tackle this first phrase here. It's going to cover measures 1, 2, 3, 4, and measure 5 of your tab. And it's going to sound like this. Starts on the E of beat 3. We're in 4/4 time, kind of with a swing feel. 1, 2, 3. Let me play that a little slower. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so let's tackle some of these techniques. First of all, as you can tell, I kind of have the heel of my hand in front of the bridge sometimes, and you want to put it, if this is the cover, of your bridge, or the cover plate, I have it just kind of going right in front of that, because if you do it too far, it'll mute it out too much. But if you put it closer to the bridge, you'll get that kind of a sound out of it. So it's a little bit tricky to get your hand in that. I just always say to karate chop the bridge. Now right here, it's just really just right off the bridge, as close to the bridge as you can get. I know you got the cover right there, your cover plate, but you really want to put your hand up against that. Otherwise, you'll get that muted sound. See, when you get it closer to the bridge, how it'll kind of deaden it out, but you can still kind of hear the note. There's too much. And then right there. So the trick is to kind of keep your hand real close to that bridge, but still be able to pick the melody notes. And if you're real slick with it, you might be able to get some of these higher strings too with the, this part of your hand there. I find it's pretty tricky, but it's something to practice, something to work toward. And maybe that's a little bit too much, but just work with that. That's just kind of a new technique and something that I'm using in this tune, especially on the higher. I basically play this song in 2 octaves. I play it in this octave up on your 12th fret, and then I play it in a lower octave down here using some open strings. Let's check out measure 2 there. So once you do that walk up, like I said, rhythmically it starts on the E of beat 3. So 1, 2, 3. So it has just a little bit of a push to it there because that's starting on, you'd have a little 16th note rest. 1, 2, 3. And you're going to let that 9th fret ring out. 1, 2, 3. So 9, 10, 11 with your bar tilted up, and I'm just using my middle finger there on my right hand to get that. Okay, then in measure 2, we're going to play that 6th string and your 1st string on your 12th fret. Okay, and then you start your alternating bass there with an open 4th string. And then in beat 2, there measure 2, you're going to do 16th notes, and that's 2, E, and that's 6th string, open 2nd string, open 4th string, open 3rd. And if you're slick with your right hand, you're working with that kind of muted bass. And that might be hard for some. With me, it seems like it naturally wants to let some of these higher notes, these higher strings ring out. But if you're having trouble, muting too much there, it might just take some practice, or you might take some movement of your hand, to get that muted, the muted bass notes to ring out, or to be muted, but the higher strings to ring out. Okay, so once again, 12th fret 1st string, and that's an open 6th string, open 4th, and then 2nd beat is 6, 2, 4, 3, and do the mute in there, 6, 2, 4, 3. Sounds like that. Okay, now you're going to put that walk up along with the alternating bass. Now what that is that's staggering that 6th string, and then your 1st string, 9th fret, and then open 4th string, open 3rd. Check what I do there. Thumb is playing that open 4th string, and then index is playing my open 3rd. And then you're going to pinch your 6th string and your 1st string together. And your 1st string, you're on your 10th fret with your bar. And then you pluck your 4th string and your 1st string, 11th fret together. So played slowly, it sounds really, really weird, but that 11th fret 1st string is just a little passing tone. So you could just work on that if you wanted to. 10 with your 6th string open, 11 with your 4th string open, and then 12 with your 6th string open again. And you get, so that second measure sounds like this with the walk up. 1, 2, 3. So just measure 2 sounds like this. See how that alternating bass is always on your 8th notes, where it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. So if you get used to that muted part, you can just mute that 6th string and that 4th string out. 1, 2, 3. So you can just kind of loop that measure 2 till you get used to it. Okay, measure 3, check it out. It's exactly like measure 2, exactly like it. So once you get measure 2 down, you've got measure 3. It's basically a repeat. So measures 1, 2, and 3 together. 1, 2, 3. And then measure 4 is... Let's check out measure 4 for just a second. That's a little bit tricky. Take a close look and always keep in mind that the bass is going to be happening on your 1 and 2 and 3 and. So the numbers of the beat, the 1, 2s and 3s and 4s are all with your bass on your 6th string, and your ands are going to be with your bass on your 4th string. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So that's happening. You're kind of filling in the holes with your index and playing the melody with your middle finger there. So 12th fret, 1st string, open 6th string, open 4, open 3, and then we kind of stagger this 9th fret. That's an open 6th string, and then ninth fret first string, so 12, and then open fourth string, open third, and then you're going to grab your fifth fret first string with your sixth string, and then open fourth string, open third string, and now we're going to do the slide here, where you're playing your open sixth string, and you're playing your ninth fret first string, sliding it down to 7, and then pulling it off to open, and as soon as you pull that off to open, you're playing that open fourth string with your thumb there. It sounds like this. Okay, I know that's a lot. Let's check out measure 4 again. 12, open 4, open 3, open 6, ninth fret first string, open 4, open 3, and then 5th fret with your open 6th string, open 4, open 3, and then doing that slide 9, 7, 0. When you pull off your 0 to 0 there off your 7th fret, as soon as you do that, you hit that open 4th string. Now, I know what's really important with this is the rhythm of it. So measure 4, the rhythm, here's beat 1. 1 and so you count that 1 and 2, E and so there's beat 1 and beats 1 and 2. 12th fret, and you count it 1 and 2, E and 3 and so you get that rhythm a lot. The 8th note followed by 2 16th notes. 1 and 2 E and 3 and then on beat 4 it's 4 E and 4 E and. So 1 and 2 E and 3 and 4. Oop, 4 E and. 1 and 2 E and 3 and 4 E and. Whew, that's a little bit tough. That's how it sounds. Okay, so measure 4 is a little tricky right there. Lots of syncopation going on. Syncopation just meaning you're playing off the beat. So sometimes like where I do the, you know, where it's not, your melody note's not falling right on the beat, it's falling like a 16th note off the beat or an 8th note off the beat. That's what's called syncopation, where you're kind of accenting the off beats. Okay, so once you get that, measure 5, then you go to your D chord there, 7th fret. So that you're picking your 6th and your 1st string together, and then you're playing your 4th string, 3rd string, and then do 6, 2, 4, 1, 6, 2, 4. Keeping in mind, anything you play on your 6th string and your 4th string, you're playing that with your thumb. Basically, anything you're playing with your 3rd string, for the most part, you're playing that with your index, and then your middle finger's covering your 2nd string and your 1st string. So if you're worried about the fingering, just keep those basic rules in mind, because you want your thumb to have that sound going on. And notice, just for practice, I got that muted bass kind of happening here. My right hand's just kind of shoved up against that cover plate to mute out those bass notes. Okay, so once again, 6 and 1 together. String 4, 3, 6, 2, 4, 1, 6, 2, 4. Rhythmically, you count it like this. You count it 1 and 2 E and 3 E and 1 and 2 E and 1 and 2 E and 3 E and 1 and 2 E and 3 E and. Okay, so measures 1 through 5 so far sounds like this in rhythm. 1, 2, 3. I'm sure that's probably way too fast for some of you. Let me see if I can slow it down. One more time slow like that. Play along with me if you can. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to the next phrase.